It's Nichi. Just got back from Nick's. It is May 5th, 2024 here in Pacifica, California, where I live. 47 low, 55. Still chillaxing over here. That's 9.5 degrees Celsius to 13. Just got a text her while I was at Nick's. Let me just take it real quick. Except the best beer of the day is the beer that I am having with all you Medaka heads out of here. I kind of ditched the new software, so I'm back to the Mac or the iPhone with this cage. Let me just take a real quick sip. Oh yeah. So one of the things that I think is very important is when the process of when somebody is like, "Do you have any fish?" I'm not a breeder. I'm just a Medaka lover, but so when people are asking, or when I get inquiries about like, "Do you sell fish?" I'm like, I don't, but like I'm not, but I do have somebody. And I go, I highly recommend looking for people in your area, your neighborhood, just because the environmental factors, like the Medakas are acclimated to the environment that you're in. But and then when somebody comes back saying, "Look, I can't find anybody in my area. Do you have any Medakas?" I say, well, that's the process. So for anybody that is looking for Medakas, or when I am providing or sending a Medaka to somebody else, this is a process that I go through. I don't know if this has been like talked about or discussed, but this is what I do. Let's take a real quick sip. So this one over here, the person I was talking to was like, "Oh, I want something that is yellow." So I go, "For what is yellow?" I have some Yozakuras. This tub over here, these boys and girls are born 2023 here in Pacifica, California. There are some Yukis and Yozakuras, and they were probably born around October, I think, of 2023. So they've been kept completely outdoors, went through the winter here in Pacifica. So I will select what looks like what the person that's looking to want to take care of these beautiful Medakas want, and then after that, here's the most important thing. Side view. So what I've done earlier is selected with the tomos. Tomos are these, right? These nuts. Freaking awesome. And I would select and I would put them in this container, and then they'll come in here. And once they are acclimated, I'll put them in clear water from the green water. The difference between the green water and clear water is that the pH level is completely different. So the green water has a higher pH, clear water does not. So these boys and girls have been acclimated here for at least like 6 hours. And again, this is the most important part. They may look good from the top view, which I should try to see if I could represent that properly. From the top view, you could tell, or you want to see if they're swimming properly. If they have uneven fins on the right to the left, they'll start swimming in a pattern where you're like, well, that fish only swims to the right or swims to the left. So from the top view, it's really easy to identify any fishes that have like fin problems, right? Not necessarily problems, but like the right is bigger or longer than the left. All right. So now from the side view, you really have to study them individually to make sure that their gills are moving properly and that their backs are not bent. You want to look for their eyes to be clear as crystal. So I'm seeking to look for 5. For tomorrow. And again, the most important thing is it's not about how they look from the top view or the side view. It's about their body conformation. If you have some bad body when they do reproduce, you're going to shoot up some bad body kids. So let me just take a real quick sip. So I can't stress enough, but this is the most important part of when you are selecting these little beauties that are going to be handed off to the next compadre per se. You got to spend the time and the effort just to make sure that the person is getting the best of the best per se. Like, I gotta tell you, like, I don't have, like, for outdoors purposes, I don't have like all these exotic looking Medakas. There are many breeders out there in the USA that have like plenty of like beautiful looking Medakas, which I don't have. All my experiments are kind of done indoors with the red cliffs and all that, but for outdoors, this is what I have, this is what I keep. But I try to make sure that they are at the best of the best as far as the shapes, structure goes. Because I want to make sure that whoever ends up with these, will be able to collect eggs that will resemble the parents and all that. But trust me, once you get like a bent back, it's hard to bring back. If all you have are bent backs and you keep on collecting eggs, they're all going to be kind of deformed in the long run and all that stuff. So. All right, so from here, I found, or I collected about 8 from what I thought was pretty neat looking from the top view. Now I have them in this clear container. And from here, I just want to make sure that it calls for 5, right? So you got to make sure that all their backs are straight, their forms are correct, structural forms are correct. And then from there, I will make sure that there are some females and males, because the beauty or the fun of Medakas is reproducing, right? So you want to make sure that you have males and females. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for when they are looking for Medakas, right? They want to be able to see eggs, and they want to see the future generations and all that, which is beautiful. So. Well, that's what I do. That's why, or that's how I got into this hobby about how many years? Maybe 6-7 years ago. Started off with Medakas back in the late 70s in Japan, and forgot about them, got into discus, got into reptiles, and 30, 40, 50 years later, I'm back with Medaka. So, all right, so long story short, just take a real quick. By the way, there's a reason why I have this. of these stickers, right? So, good buddy in Japan. Good buddy, meaning I met them, and I have Medaka Kobo Edo-san. When I was in Japan this time around, I did look for one of the things, like a lot of the foods that I was showing, they're like, well, we can't get them in the U.S. So it's like, well, when I go to Japan this time, I am going to look for what they use in Japan that's available and what I would like to use, and I brought them back. So finally, I got a shipment. The first, the first U.S. import of these Gex brands. So here's some of the packs that arrived that's ready to go out to customers. So this is what it's going to look like. So that's what this bag is. It's all going out this week. Domo arigato for people that have been asking for these, and for a long time, people were like, well, the food that you talk about foods that we can't even get here in the U.S. So I'm like, this time around when I go back to Japan, I'm going to talk to a good buddy, Medaka Kobo Edo-san, and he's going to tell me what is the best of the best right now that's on the market, that's readily available. So what I have here is, it's just a sticker that basically has all the ingredients over here that I put on there. Medaka Edo Kobo-san, his sticker. This one over here is for breeding purposes. And then over here, Gex Ayahime, the red bag. It's kind of like the Matrix, red pill or the blue pill. Or this one over here is for the growth. So there's more fat content over here, but here are all the ingredients over here, if you can see that. But this is what people are using in Japan, the breeders and all that. So my friend told me that this is the way to go, so I decided I would work with Gex Japan. So now they are available. So now I'm not going to be talking about food that's not even available here in the USA. But I'll be talking about food that is available now here in the USA through my good buddy in Japan. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see, meaning it's awesome stuff. So I don't know, if you are interested, contact me at MedakaMetal over on Instagram is where I can be contacted. That is the best way to do DMs and all that for me right now. So, all right. Hopefully that was somewhat informational. So it's not just about selling Medakas. It's about going through the process of selecting and handpicking to make sure they are beautiful. And you want to make sure that you hand it off to a beautiful person that want to keep this beautiful, beautiful fish. So, all right, enough of me. Again, just got back from Nick's. Had maybe too many brewskis, but it's a great, beautiful times here in Pacifica. Domo arigato. Again, MedakaMetal over on Instagram is where I can be found. Thank you. Very mucho gracias. Real quick sip. For all of you that have purchased anything, the food and all that, from me, I really thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. It's great to know that there are so many Medaka heads out there, here in the world, here in the U.S. especially. So we'll do it again next time. Kanpai Jin Jin Chayo. Outs.